Today we're gonna read about a guy named GWC or George Washington Carver. Alright. So first question here is, what contributions did GWC make to American history? So he was born during 1864 in Missouri during the Civil War because his mother was an enslaved person. He and his brother Jim were also born to slavery. George's father, also an enslaved person, died before he was born. When the Civil War ended, George became free. However, he stayed living with the people who had enslaved him, Susan and Moses Carver. Susan taught George to read and write. More than anything, he liked to garden and explore the world outside. George taught himself about plants and animals. He wanted to go to school to learn more. In many places, though, schools were segregated. Black and white people could not attend the same schools. George could not go to school nearby when he was black. When he was 12, he left Carver home to go to another school. A year later, he left for Kansas. When George finished high school in Kansas, he had to go to college there. Once he arrived, though, the college told him to leave. It did not allow black students. He didn't give up, though. Instead, he went to Iowa State Agricultural College. There, Carver learned all about farming. He was the first black student to finish and first to become a professor at his college. In 1896, Carver moved to Alabama. He began teaching at the Tuskegee Institution, where he stayed for 47 years. In 1896, Carver went to Alabama to help the farmers there. The cotton crops were smaller every year, so the farmers faced more and more problems. Carver knew that growing the same crop again and again had worn out the soil. He taught the farmers to add dead leaves and plants into health soil to help it. He also taught them to put seeds, potatoes, peas, and peanuts. These crops put things back in the soil that plants need to grow well. Farmers needed a new way to sell these new crops, and Carver invented more than 100 ways to use sweet potatoes and 300 ways to use peanuts. New uses meant new products, and new products meant new items for farmers to sell. Carver invented 300 uses for the peanut, which I will not name, but you can read here. In 1921, Carver was asked to speak for 10 minutes before the U.S. Congress or the country's lawmakers. Some didn't want him to speak because he was black. After his 10 minutes, however, they asked him to speak more. In the end, Congress passed a law to help U.S. peanut farmers. The law made other countries pay more money to sell goods such as peanuts in the United States. Carver became very famous, and crowds gathered to hear him speak. He could have made lots of money, but he thought helping people was more important. He believed ideas should be free and freely given. George Washington Carver died in 1943 at the age of 78. He believed that people should treat each other with respect. In time, he won the respect of a whole country. Carver was remembered for his important work long after his death. So he made contributions such as making many other ways to use crops, helping U.S. peanut farmers, and basically just contributing to our farming society. Yeah, I suck. I'm stuttering so much right now.